And we are, I believe we're live. What is up, guys? Bagsy here on this Tuesday afternoon, and we are accompanied by Mr. John CCT. How you doing, brother? Welcome on.
What's good, bro? I'm good. How are you?
Yo, fucking awesome. Happy to finally get you on this episode. I've been meaning to
Yeah.
ask you a lot of questions regarding Elliot waves and all that kind of stuff. I feel
All right, let's do it, man. The
I
trolls are out in full force today, so let's do it.
Dude, it's funny, like when salt is at its highest, all the trolls come out and play, so that's just how it is, man.
I mean,
Um,
it's fun, but it's completely unnecessary. But
mhm.
it's crypto Twitter wouldn't be crypto Twitter without the salt, you know?
Yeah, man, and that's 100%. You gotta take the good with the bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find especially when it comes to Elliott waves. We spoke a bit before, but I feel it's one of those styles that isn't necessarily appreciated enough, and hopefully
Mhm.
the viewers at home will have some good questions that they can drop in on us, and hopefully we can shine some clarity on.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm ready to, I guess, enlighten some people, say some truths about Elliott wave theory.
I like that. So we'll wait for a few more people to get into chat. I'll look
Yeah, yeah.
I'll look at BTC real quickly because I was in the gym earlier, so wasn't really able to get a good peek on it. Well, that's a decent little bounce.
Yeah, I'll take a look too.
Yeah, it's not bad actually. I mean, if we can close the 4 hour above 10.1, that wouldn't be too bad at all. If we can get above 10.3, that would uh, that would be a nice little long right there, I think. But I'm personally being patient. I haven't taken any positions lately.
That's
Um,
fair, man.
yeah, I figured until at least there's a either a breakdown to the 9.1s followed by 8.3. I'd consider longing from 8.3 all the way down to 7.6, 7.7,
Yeah.
or a break through 11.3. For me, that's what I'm looking at.
It sounds
Do
like you're more of a
mhm.
swing play, right?
Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to really get down to the bottom of what I'm best at, and I think you're right on that. Swing trading is a lot more fun. I started this little Bitcoin trading challenge on Twitch, so I'm doing some scalps on
Mhm.
that. But like I've come to realize like sometimes less is more, so why overcomplicate the thing?
Yeah, yeah, no, I've seen it. I've seen
Hmm.
your stuff some tweets on Bybit. It looks pretty good, man.
No, thanks, man. I appreciate you.
It
So
like when
mhm,
you want to be a scalper, it's like I'm just gonna say because like I've run through the whole like gamut of what kind of trader I wanted to be.
mhm,
Scalping is a whole nother beast. Like you're like continuously changing bias, and by like the next hour, you don't give a fuck if it's going down. You don't give a fuck if it's going up. All you
mhm,
care about is probability and numbers.
mhm,
But sometimes when you're like swinging, you get a little bit too emotional in the trade, or
mhm,
your bias gets like the longer you hold on to something, the bias gets stronger, which is exactly what happened with the rise to 20K in 2017. A lot of people were holding that for a long time, so they missed out. And then
mhm,
I remember, I think it hit 20K and then it dropped to like 16 in a day. So like it was a 4K drop, and then it
mhm.
dropped eventually to like 12, I think, and then bounced right back up to like 18. So it was pretty volatile. So it was like I think it was messing with a lot of people's emotions. I
Yeah,
can't pull it up.
100%. And I bet a lot of people sold around that 12, 13K area, then bought back at
Yeah, I was
17.
one of them, man. I was one of
Oh
them.
shit.
I sold it was really bad. Like
Mhm,
2017 was a crazy year for me, but it was the pinnacle of the bull run, and I was telling everyone because everyone's asking me about Bitcoin like 6K, 7K, 8K when I had been telling them about Bitcoin probably around like one, two, and three, like here.
mhm,
And everyone was asking me about Bitcoin. And it was like 8K. I'm like, yo, don't buy now. You're not gonna be able to catch it in time. And of course, I sold pretty much all of it at 12K. It
mhm.
was 11 and a half. I sold some at 10 and I sold the rest 11 and a half. I'm like, there's no way we're going to 20K.
Yeah.
We go to 20K, we double. And yeah, like I ended up FOMOing at one point and I lost quite a bit of money because it just dropped out of nowhere.
Mhm.
So yeah, that wasn't too fun. But this was before I learned Elliott waves. So after I
Okay.
learned Elliott waves, I realized the error was.
Interesting. So, two questions. Actually, we'll start with one question. How, in that particular situation, how could Elliott waves have helped you better navigate that situation you're in?
So Elliott waves are market patterns, and the pattern is broken down into a consistent amount of moves. So there's usually five waves going, five wave moves in one direction, and then three wave moves in a corrective manner. So let me just pull something out like here.
Sure. So while we're doing that, yo, what's up, Earn Crypto? What's up, Estaj? What is up, everyone in chat? Say what's up. If you have any questions regarding Elliott waves or the market, you can drop it in the chat box. And yeah, let's get it going, guys.
Yo, what's up, everyone? So yeah, Elliott waves. You're gonna see. Hold on, let me just turn on the waves real quick.
Mhm.
Every alleyway pattern is going to look like this. You have the beginning. It's going to go up for one move. Then it's going to correct, go up for another move, which is usually the biggest move, this third move right here. Corrects again. And then you get another move for the fifth move. And then you're going to get a correction like this, a three-wave move. So you can extrapolate this whole pattern everywhere. So this pattern right here, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ABC, this will fit here, 1 and 2. So this 1 is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This 2 is going to be 1, 2, 3. And this keeps extrapolating. So this right here can be a larger term, 1, 2, and then you get another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah, and so on. So if I had learned Elliott waves, and let me see if I can pull up the count. If I had known about Elliott waves back in the day, and then this is something that I mapped out later, I would have been able to. Hold on, let me turn this off. I would have been able to predict this a little bit better. So there's one guy on Twitter, Benjamin Blunts.
Smart contractor.
Yeah, everyone knows Smart Contract because Smart Contractor was one of the few that said that we were going to drop here. I remember, so I took kind of a bit of a break in 2018, and I remember a lot of people saying that we're going to go up from here. Like 6K was the bottom, and we're going to start going up. I was one of those people. I was like, there's no way we're crashing down to here. And of course, we went down. So it was about this time when I started to learn Elliott waves, but yeah, I wasn't quite getting the grasp on it, but I guess through time, I've been using it for about like 6, 7 months now. Let's see, last October, like 8, 9 months. My math is bad right now, but
that's all right.
Yeah, so I've been deep, like going really hard at it, like learning about it, trying to like figure it out, learning as many rules about it, reading materials. So if I had known about Elliott waves, this would have been a little bit more apparent, because pretty much what happened was we had an extension. So you have this move right here, and then you'd be expecting the 1, 2, 3, and this was around, I guess, here. So I don't know what the count was at the time, but when you have an extension, pretty much what happens is one of these moves that goes up, like 1, 3, or 5, will go up another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So instead of getting a 5-wave move and then a 3-wave correction, you get a 9-wave move going up.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So why does that happen in some instances?
That happens in like, so let me see if I can pull up.
Yeah, what's up?
So for anyone that's willing to learn about Elliott waves, I definitely read this book. It's kind of complicated when you first start out, just because there's a lot of theory behind it. So you can go on maybe Investopedia or Stock Charts, just read the basic descriptions of Elliott waves. And then when you've done that and you're like, okay, I don't really understand it, then you come back and read this book, Principles of Elliott Wave Theory.
Okay, Principles of Elliott Wave Theory. I'll type it out in chat. Quick.
Yeah. Let me send you a link.
Theory. Yeah, what's up, Soul Driver? What's up, Gerlin 2 Fingers? Yeah, what's up, CJ? I know it's you. Rennie, give us your link blessings, Bagsy. I bless you with my blessings. But okay, yeah. So I just received it. Boom.
So I sent you. Wait,
Perfect.
let me see if I can get in your.
Perfect. Yeah. So we already have a question on the YouTube side of things. I'll definitely get to that after.
All right, cool.
Yeah, it says it's lagging quite a
Yeah. So
bit.
you got the link you posted there. Yeah, that's all good.
Yeah, yeah. Don't worry, guys. It'll fix itself. Yeah. Can you still hear me?
Yeah, you're good.
All right. Cool. So yeah, so basically I put the links in chat. When I actually learned a bit about Elliot waves when I first started out, but I was watching a lot of Silicone stuff. I don't know how good he is in terms of. Uh,
Yo, Silicone. Okay, this is like I have like. First of all, aside from all his like crazy shit, that dude's a good scalper, man. Like he's a fucking good scalper. But his alleyway theory is weak. Like he doesn't look at the macro. He only identifies patterns that he likes. But he's been trading for such a long time. You can tell, like just the way he executes, like the way his thought process behind trades. If you watch his
mhm,
videos, he knows what he's looking for, and he's really good at getting what he wants. So sometimes you'll have multiple scenarios. Like you have one count, but
mhm,
it could be another count. But if to him, it doesn't matter. He doesn't see the big picture. He only focuses on what he wants to focus on. So he
mhm.
takes that kind of he bastardizes alleyways in a little bit. He's not actually kind of getting the full picture, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. So he's not necessarily as good as some claim he is.
I mean, you can be great at alleyways and be a shit trader. You can be
Yeah,
shitty at alleyways and you can be a great trader.
that's
So,
very true.
it
Actually,
works. It works both ways.
interesting. Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Actually, I was definitely much better at charting than I was at trading, and still, instead, until I started trading more than I charted. So you're absolutely right on that.
Trading is all psychological, man. It's a psychological game. It's like 20% TA, 80% controlling your emotions.
Hmm.
You buy in, prices going much further away from where you bought in. You start to question yourself.
Yeah.
Let's say you close your position, 30 minutes later, it skyrockets. Like
Hmm.
that's happened to me a few times in the beginning. And then you FOMO back in, and then you FOMO back in, it goes back down. So you know that like it was a Bogdanov movie with the guy. He's like
Boganov. Yeah,
he like yeah, he wants to shoot himself in there. I've had those moments plenty of
yeah.
times,
Hmm.
plenty of fucking time.
Hmm. Yeah, it's not easy when something goes against your way, and yeah, no, I think we've all been there. We can all admittedly say we've
Yeah.
done that. But someone said bogged. Exactly. Someone that.
I mean, I don't think you're a real trader until you go through that. Like
Hmm.
for me, like crypto is like I never wanted to be a trader. I was never a finance guy, but
Hmm.
it just happened this way. A lot of the
Really,
traders
yeah.
that are working for like banks, they got mentors, man. So
Hmm.
like they have guys that have been trading markets for like 20, 30 years. And you're fresh out of college and you want to become a trader. They're gonna tell you, hey, what are you gonna do right now? And you say, oh, I want to market buy. No, you're a fucking idiot. It's gonna go down. And it goes down. Like they have guys that are like they know what to look for, and when you have a mentor, a whole lot of things change.
Hmm. No, did you find one?
Nah, man, for me it was trial and error. So I
Okay.
was one of the lucky ones. I remember reading it's called Market Wizards. It's about
Yeah.
this dude who goes around and he interviews the like top 10 traders of
50.
the
I think it's
like
50.
commodities markets from the
Yeah.
80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Did you read that book?
Yeah, yeah. I read it a few times.
Yeah, so like so he it's a little bit of lag with our chat right now, right?
Oh, no, I think we're fine now.
Okay. So yeah, he talks about like one of the I can't remember which guy it was, but one of the guys he interviews says when you first start trading, like I think 20% will like win big, um, and then continuously keep winning. 40% will win big, then lose everything that they won,
Hmm.
and then was it 2040, and then like the last 40% will just lose and never trade again.
Hmm.
Some percentage like that. So I got pretty lucky. Like when I first started trading, I got lucky. So I bought Ethereum, I think. Was it, that was my first like foray into trading. I bought Ethereum right before the Dow happened,
Hmm.
and I tripled my money. But then the Dow hack happened, and then I
Yeah.
lost everything that I earned. So I kind of went back to break even. So that was a pretty tumultuous time for me. Like I had no idea what the fuck I was doing.
Hmm.
I was using like Bitcoin wisdom, and I was trying to find like good charting techniques, but I didn't know what I was looking at. So I did like Google searches, read about indicators, and yeah, like through trial and error, I eventually like got a knack for it. But
It could have
I got
played out a lot
it
worse
wasn't
for
without
you.
me, like yeah, it definitely had some heartaches, but I was lucky. Like I know a lot of people who started doing crypto, let's say at the height of the bull market, 2018.
Hmm.
And if you just joined in at like January 2018, you bought Bitcoin at 18, 20K, you lost half your money probably within a week. If those guys still around, God bless you, because that is something that's really, really hard to do.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. Sticking with something through the failures is probably one of the hardest things because, if you fall off a horse, that shit fucking hurts. And,
Yeah.
your ego's bruised, you're questioning your own intellect sometimes. Um, and yeah, no, 100%. I actually really like how this 4 hour closed on Ren BTC. This bounce was fucking crazy. Sorry to switch topics fast, but yo, Ren is going for
No,
it.
I'll take a look at it.
Yo, I'm curious. Can we do a quick wave count on Ren, if you don't mind? It,
Yeah, I'll try, man.
see, it's not always a sure science. I get that, but I'm curious to see if you can actually derive something from it.
What's the there's no USD pair, right? I think I checked this.
I'm not 100%.
So with Bitcoin pairs, it's a little bit
Mm-hmm.
trickier.
Gotcha.
And it also matters about the data. Like you need to know, like there's a lot missing here. I don't know if this is the beginning
You want to
on
try?
trading.
Maybe try on here Ren USD on charts.cointrader.pro.
Yeah, send me a link on Discord.
Sure. This looks like a hyper extended fifth wave. I have it
Yeah,
on the weekly.
I just looked at this. Oh wow, there's good data. It looks the same to be honest. This is probably
Mm-hmm.
March is when it came out, right?
Yeah.
I don't really like CoinTrader since everything's here. So this is December 2018. Okay, so that's. Let me just see if I can. All right, so let's assume that this is the bottom yet.
Mm-hmm.
This is like when you have the ICO or whatever and it just goes on market, usually it goes up or it sells down. So this is kind of like data that you really can ascertain.
Mm-hmm.
So when you start a count, you want to look for either the absolute bottom or the absolute top. So
Okay.
it looks like we can start here, December. So that's going to be the same with my chart. So I'm just going to close this, go back to my chart.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so if this is the bottom, this looks like the all-time low at 300 sats. Let's see. This looks like some sort of one move, two, three, four. This looks like a four,
Mm-hmm.
five, A, B, C. And this looks like the start of a new impulse. So one, two, three, four, five. Then you have your three-wave corrective move, A, B, C.
Mm-hmm.
Let me just zoom out for you guys. Or zoom in. And then this could be the start of another one, two, three, four, five.
So technically,
So
like you said earlier, that initial 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could be the first impulse wave up technically,
yeah, exactly.
and that
So
ABC could be wave two.
this could be a one, two, and then you get a
Interesting.
three.
So for all you
So
bulls out there, it's going to
well,
Jupiter.
I mean, if you guys follow me on Twitter, I've been fucking bullish on alts too long.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I've been I haven't really been trading alts because I don't know. I'm just not. I'm more used to margin. It's kind of weird, but
Mm-hmm.
I've always been margin trading ever since Poloniex.
Hmm.
So for me, alts are just things that I hold, and I will margin trade to increase alts or yeah, just kind of hedge sometimes if I want to short. So I bought most of my alts in February, Marchish area.
Hmm.
Some took off, some didn't. ICX was one of them that didn't really take off. It was pretty much a big bummer.
Yeah.
Cardano was pretty nice for me. Ontology was pretty much nice, but I put a lot into this motherfucking project, and it was like
Hmm.
it didn't do much. It was quite depressing, but yeah, like my Mex account was doing pretty well. Like
Hmm.
I never traded on Mex before, and when I got on, I lost a lot of money. I lost like 5 BTC in the beginning,
Hmm.
but sooner or later, I got the hang of it and started to do well.
Started winning. Yeah. Like for me. I got liquidated once on Max, and that was a learning lesson. Then the thing I realized on these altcoins is like, at least for me, wherever I'd set my stop loss is where I should start setting my bids. Um, and to
And, yeah,
yeah, and
yeah,
to
yeah.
understand that the market makers on that platform, they need liquidity, so they need your money. They need your money to fill their bids or asks. So if I'm gonna think like someone retail like myself, I might as well start preparing for the worst case scenario instead of just FOMOing into a long or a short, expecting that to be the best price point to get in at, and more often than not, approaching that in a better, more rounded way, less FOMO-y, less like I gotta get in position. I've done a lot better for myself. It's kind of like just planning your trade ahead of time instead of reacting to the
Yeah.
market.
It's definitely a mind game, and like I don't know if you watched the debate with Robini and Hayes.
I saw snippets.
Yeah, but okay, cool. So Arthur was pretty much smiling the entire time. He was like, "Yeah, there's no way I'm gonna look bad in this video."
Hmm.
And Rubini was pretty much pessimist. He's like, "You're a crook. You're taking people's money." He was just
Hmm.
pessimistic. He was grouchy. He had like a frown the entire time. But he raised valid, concerning points. Like people are not meant to be traders. A lot of people are gamblers, and they're not good gamblers. That's why there's hotlines for gambling addiction. And retail coming into Max has to understand that when you're on Max and you're trading with people on Max, you are competing against institutions, guys who have been trading like for years, OTC traders. These guys
Algorithms.
know that you don't know. Like they're there so that they can take your money. Um, for anyone not familiar, if you go to Coin Farm, I just come here check sometimes just to see like what's going on. Like there's dudes that are like in 2 million, 1 million long shorts. Like
Hmm.
these are like really large positions, and people are coming to Mex and they're putting down like 5, 10,000 on like 5x, 10x longs. These guys that if you don't know what you're doing, you're not catching the bottom at the correct times. They're trying to liquidate you. Like they have the ability to move the market like $200 in a second, liquidate you, and then make the market go back up because they have enough liquidity in their positions.
Hmm. I see Jordan Belfort in that list. That's funny. Yo, what's up, Nick Core? Welcome. Good to see you, brother. What's up, Porky? Do we guys want to start a red node pool? Yeah, sure. If they start actually using the protocol, can we chart Raven? Yeah, sure. We'll get to Raven shortly. But that's actually a really cool website, Coin Farm. I'm gonna.
Kind of want to kind of want to check out your. Let's see.
Yeah, and to everyone in chat, give John CCT a follow on Twitter. I put his Ivy and his handle on the main screen, so you guys can just type it from there. Um, what are you looking for?
I'm trying to get on Twitch just so I can read the comments, but I think it's gonna start causing problems.
If as long as you mute it, it should be fine.
Yeah, yeah, it looks good.
Yeah, but yeah, fucking Ren. Yeah, I think
So
I.
my
Mhm.
thing is, I think off season is gonna come. Like I know I've been saying this for like a month already,
Mhm.
so I'm losing credibility here. But and also people need to understand that I'm not really trading alts. I'm just holding. I'm predominantly focusing on like next these days, and I'll trade a little bit. on Binance, but not really.
Hmm.
If we look at BTC Dom, for those guys following me on Twitter and see my charts, I think it's here.
Yeah, BTCD.
Is this it?
Yeah.
I lost the color. So let me just turn off the algo. Probably gonna confuse some people. So I did a count
Oh
on
shit, you
BTC
can actually do
Dom.
counts on that too.
Yeah, of course, man. You can do counts on everything. You can do counts on like life, girls, bitches, cars, whatever. Well, market patterns, man. It's just like psychology. It's like that's the thing about Elliot wave theory. It's like psychology of people. Like what like so let's say okay, let's for example the whole WASI thing, right?
Hmm.
Everyone's like trying to be a WASI right now. So I don't know who started it, but the guy who started it, the WASI thing, that's the wave one. And then
Stardust.
like yeah, the wave two was like pretty much all right. What the fuck? This guy's like making himself a penguin, whatever. Wave three would be
Me.
everyone washing their avatars, like out of nowhere, right? So now that we've had it for a week, everyone's the wasied, whatever. We're gonna come down and like people are gonna start going back to the old profile pictures, and then we'll get one last push of popularity for it,
Hmm.
like something like that.
That last little like cred wasifying himself or something.
Yeah.
That last little FOMO wave and then correction.
So if we look at BTC Dom, this area was now it was resistance. I had this in red. I'll just put it back red for.
Yeah,
So we had this
started.
block right here. This was something that we needed to kind of break, but we ended up pushing through. And then this point at like 69.70, this would have been the last. This had to have hold for us to potentially get an alt season. So
Hmm.
I think Ren just did like what times two in Sats.
From the bottom,
And
4.
yeah, wow. So we had some alts going off.
Hmm.
This divergence formed. So the divergence. This is like a wave trend I use.
Okay.
It's a custom script. A buddy of mine gave it to me. His name is Golden Boy.
Hmm.
You can check out his Twitter.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna
I think I've heard
I'm
of
gonna
him
help
actually.
him
Yeah,
out.
pull him
But
up.
he's a pretty big algo trader. He does everything by bots. But yeah, he's a pretty big whale.
Hmm.
But I don't know if he's watching or not. But yeah, Golden Boy's a pretty big whale. He's like trading 1-2 million positions at a time. So
Hmm. Nice.
anyway, he gave me the script. It's a wave trend. It's like it's a measure of momentum, sort of like Stoch RSI, OBV, RSI, whatever.
Hmm.
We had the
So,
divergence here,
so does it take into
and then
account volume or does it take into account candle closes, opens and closes?
what do you mean this right here?
Because
The wave trend?
you said you take like for example the stock RSI or OBV, they all
Yeah,
take into consideration different things. What does the wave trend take into consideration?
it's the same. It would be candle closes. So
Okay, cool.
after the candle is closed, it will print the next. It goes in real time. So
Gotcha, gotcha.
let's talk RSI. Yeah,
Okay,
pretty
cool.
much. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, because like I've found that divergences are really useful. Sometimes something as basic as just using the RSI, the relative strength index, can easily like give you those results. But I love trying out new indicators. That's really cool.
Yeah, the thing about they're really powerful tools, but at the same time, they can give a lot of false
Yeah,
indicators. So for me, that
situational.
was learning the hard way. Like when you
Mm,
first start trading, right? You say, okay, yeah, we're gonna get a divergence right here,
mm,
and you trade with the divergence, only to find out the next candle close, you got to fake out.
mm-hmm,
So
mm-hmm.
it happened here actually. So if you can tell, let me hide this. So the wave trend pretty much utilizes momentum, and it'll give you a red dot when the momentum is turning bearish.
Mm-hmm.
So we had a green dot and we went all the way up, and then see this red candle right here. We had a red dot, so then we start going down. And so if you go to the top here where we had a divergence, we had a change. We had the red dot divergence. So if let's say this was something that I was playing, I would
Mm-hmm.
probably want to short here when we get the red dot.
Mm-hmm.
But one day later we had a green dot. So you kind of went
Fake
down
out.
and then you went back up. So it could fake you out.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, that's a good example. It's also something like sometimes I'll wait for to have a 3 point divergence. So I think
Yeah, I mean
Hisaka's
that works too.
yeah, but also I'd rather find confluence. So if I'm looking for bearish divergences, I'll only short if I'm at resistance.
Yeah.
Conversely, all long if I'm out of support on bullish divergences. So I used to make the mistake of hopping into a long or short just because I saw one, and I think more often than not it was the poor choice. So that's one thing I did that improved my trading, is just waiting for certain things to align before taking action. Um, but yeah, CJ said, John, please release an EW for the Wassi's book. Pretty funny. What are our thoughts on US BTC? He says, looking for a break of 42.40 to long the retest, targeting 49.49. Do you want to look that up or?
Yeah, give me 1 second. I need to put some new music on.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, I'll pull up US on my side too while we're at it. Actually, I'm gonna shoot a quick retweet of what I tweeted. Um, to you guys in chat, first of all, thanks for everyone for being here. Secondly, if you guys could be so kind, I'm just gonna retweet this little thing here. Actually, I'm gonna make a new one. Live with John, CCT, twitch.tv/MagZTV. This, if you guys could share this, retweet it on your end, I'd really appreciate you guys a long time, even though I already do. And technically, I have 352 days left to be the #1 Twitch stream on crypto, so I need your guys' help to make it happen. We're already making some pretty big strides, so I'm fucking happy. I love Twitch. I don't know if you've been on the platform before, John.
Yeah, yeah. So guilty confession. I had a slight burnout at the end of the bull market
Mm-hmm.
in 2018. So I took about a couple months off, like 4 or 5 months off.
Mm-hmm.
I used to be a pretty big gamer when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
I played StarCraft competitively.
Oh shit!
So yeah, I have like gaming in my blood in a little
Another
bit.
one of you. Okay.
And so like I always wanted to play League of Legends.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like I never had time for that shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So during my burnout, I ended up downloading League of Legends, and I played League of Legends like it was my job, 12 hours a day for like
Fucking
5 months straight.
killing it.
I stopped going to the gym. I stopped working out. I gained like 5 kilos,
Fucking swole.
and I was like literally raging with like 14-year-olds who were like running into the enemy, like
Mm-hmm.
intentionally feeding.
You're like grinding in silver.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you're a fucking asshole. Fuck you. Fuck your mom. Like stupid shit like that. I was just like going off. But yeah, that's how I got introduced to Twitch. I started watching like gamers live streams,
Yeah.
whatever.
Like, who was your favorite to watch?
I was this one guy. His name was Fizz Monkey or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, I don't know. He's kind of like I don't know, he's kind of a little bit beta-ish, but like
Mm-hmm.
he was really good with this one character. So I was just like studying him. Like studying his tweets. He was studying his streams. But yeah, that was a long time
That
ago.
was your literally like 3 months ago. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's
I
funny
still
though.
want to play sometimes. Like I get the itch to play, but
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I
I
don't
used to
know.
play a bit of League myself. I wasn't professional by any means, but it was a very good game. I think I got to like, I don't know, like gold one or like
Yeah, I
low
got to gold,
plats.
man. It was
Yeah,
so hard to break silver. It was like,
yeah, because the teammates are such, they just quit halfway.
oh
It's
man,
really hard
like
to.
like you try. I was trying so hard. Like some days I would just take an Adderall to play. It was bad, man. I was
Hmm.
like I made it my fucking job. So I
Yeah.
remember I was like stuck at silver one for like 2 weeks, and I played so many games, and everyone kept inting, and I was like, fuck this.
Hmm.
But
Yeah,
yeah,
it's not
let's,
easy.
uh, let's go back to trading talk.
Yeah, no. Yeah, so for EOS, I'd probably wait for a break and close above 42.12 on the 4 hour. And you'll have a small resistance here at 44, but I don't think it's going to really act as much. Let's turn on the VPVR tool. So yeah, personally, I'd take some profit off at 4.7. On a higher time frame, that would be the first trouble area. So that would be the low from December 2017, so the yearly low. That's where I'd probably shave off some of my long. On the weekly, it's looking pretty good actually. I mean, obviously it's a disaster, but it got into this little liquidity zone here.
Can you share with me,
Hmm.
can you share with me what you're seeing? Because I
Oh,
don't know
you
what you're
don't see
talking
it
about.
on. Okay, let me see if I. Okay, hold on. I've never tried to do this. Share screen. Hopefully, it doesn't bug
Yeah,
out
yeah,
on
perfect.
Twitch. So yeah,
If it does, what I will turn off. But
yeah.
yeah, that's yeah, I see it. Cool.
So yeah, so on the weekly, it looks. Let me just delete this. On the weekly, it looks all right. Had a nice buyback here,
Yeah,
so not horrible. On the daily, um, like we're getting some slight bullish divs. That's not bad. The 12 hours about to go green on the CCI. I use this tool a lot. 4 hours bullish and volumes growing here, so I like that. So I could definitely, I personally, as I said earlier, I'd like to see a 4 hour close above here, and it might wick back in from, but from there, I'd take a long. If I were looking for longs right now, I'd probably wait for a pullback to the POC at 39.83. If it were to happen, I don't think we'll break below 40.50, but I'm more pessimistic in my long, so I'd wait for that, and then I'd shave 50% off here, and then I'd shave another 50 off at 5K or something like that. What about you on your end?
yeah. I mean, I haven't been trading EOS really.
You can see that
I
bullish
kind of
div
got
on your tool also.
yeah, yeah. I see. It's right here. It's pretty obvious.
hmm
It's hold on a second.
It's nice. Yo, thank you everyone for retweeting. I really appreciate you guys. Yeah, Redu, we'll look at Tron in a second. No problem.
Yeah, there's
Can
a
we
div
chart
right
Verge?
here.
You know what? I will chart Verge for you, sloth sickles. Wait, is this Alex? If it is, what's up, brother? I will chart Verge for you.
Yeah, it looks like we have. This is your resistance. If we break through, then this gets tested. We might bounce off. We might go up.
hmm
Yeah, but the daily looks good on BTC. I usually don't trade BTC pairs. I usually trade USD pairs. But yeah, I kind of got fed up with Bitfinex. So
Really? How come?
I yeah, I used to trade alts pretty heavily on Bitfinex using margin, but
hmm
the liquidity is really shit, and their exchange has just been I don't know, man. Oh, it's like really frustrating. Like the volume is so bad and it's all bots and it's not fun to trade at all.
hmm
Like I traded Binance for like 2 weeks and it was so much easier just because there was so much more volume and you could see the order book. It was much deeper.
hmm
But then I turned it into garbage. I would trade BTC and ETH on there, but
hmm
I have Mex now, so I don't really need it anymore.
Yeah,
So.
Mex is the king of liquidity, and if you know how to play Mex properly, and you're not too over leveraged, overexposed, it can be a lot better than any other platform.
I never use more than 5x.
Smart, smart.
And so I use cross, and then
hmm
most of the time I'm just only taking up 3 times my margin.
hmm
But I'm not gonna gamble. Like I have a pretty big account there, so I'm not gonna gamble on 10x. It just doesn't make any sense to me. And let's say you can get like a flash wick, you can get I don't know. Let's say you're in a trade and you have an emergency, like your fucking house catches on fire, something, whatever.
hmm
You never know what could happen, and if you're
Dude,
over leveraged, it just takes one move and you just lose everything.
dude, you want to laugh? Even I got fucked on that like 3 weeks ago because
Yeah.
I lost electricity in my home, so my
Oh,
like
fuck.
and my internet went down. Then I couldn't
Yeah.
log into Max from my phone because this was when Max was at 13 14K right before it started
Oh
crashing.
no, man.
So I wasn't overexposed, but I couldn't manage my trade properly. So I ended up losing. Whereas had I had my proper equipment, I could have made so much more. Anyways, it's in the past, but yeah, it's a really good point you're making. So Tron right now, honestly, like someone asked about Tron, I'm furious at Justin Sun. Not because I haven't traded Tron at all, but it's so clear to me how he's just manipulating everything. First, oh, I have fucking bladder, what's it called, stones,
Yeah, kidney stones.
Stones.
I think it's a bunch of bullshit, man.
Yeah, so A, kidney stones. Then B, a few hours later, once the price starts dipping, a bunch of articles come out saying that he's barred from leaving China. Okay? Then price dumps exactly to the low on Mex, exactly to the sat. And then he releases a picture where he's in San Francisco, okay? And then he does a live stream. So, dude, like fucking bitch.
Yo, don't trade Tron, man. It's like actually the first one of I so when I got liquidated, the first couple of times, one of them
Hmm.
was to Tron. So
Okay. Oh
yeah, like
shit, really? Huh?
whatever.
You tried to short?
Well, yeah, it was like when I was still learning mechs. So
Hmm.
this was like beginning of 2019, like a couple of months ago.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And I just come back I got back from my trading break around November,
Hmm.
and I was still kind of like I still had my sea legs. I was still trying to get my bearings straight. So I had already wiped out once on Mex, and I was like, oh fuck it, I'll put another BTC in there
Hmm.
just to get my feet wet. And so then I put the BTC in, and then I think I 50x.
Oh,
I know I just gave this whole spiel about like don't over
yeah.
leverage, but I don't know. I was just feeling really saucy. I was like,
You're
yeah,
feeling
fuck this.
good.
I put a 50, I don't know what I was thinking. I put 50x and Tron for like the first hour went in my direction, and then I was like, yo, I'm fucking G.
Hmm.
I go back to sleep. I wake up in the morning and my position is liquidated. I was like, oh
Kaboom!
fuck, man.
You got that email at 6 a.m. You're like, no.
Yeah, I mean,
That's tough.
it
That's
was
tough,
dumb. I
man.
don't
Don't worry, I'm
know.
not laughing at your pain. I'm laughing with you.
It's all good, man. It was something stupid, but
Hmm.
I don't know. I just kind of felt like doing it. You go to the casino sometimes and you just want to like do something
Yeah.
stupid, right?
Put
So
it all
I'm
on
not smart,
black
but
and
that's
roll.
me.
You're like a lot of successful people do that. Actually, they just fucking throw it all in one position and fuck it. Let's start fresh if doesn't go our way. But yeah, so for Tron, I mean, I personally, it's hard for me to say because I don't know what's real or not anymore. All I know is that it's a highly volatile asset, and had you bought this wick here, had you had limit orders here ahead of time, I would say stick with your long. However, if you're not in position yet, I couldn't advise anything. And again, like you guys can read the disclaimer. I have some cool little Twitch panels that I installed on Twitch now. So this is not financial advice. It's just opinion, thought, and yeah. And then you'll have some traders who will only look at the chart, and they would have told you, hey, this happened because there was a bearish div on the 4 hour. Sell pressure started coming in, so they would actually ignore everything that happened in the news. And personally, I think that's kind of stupid. I think it's important to take both into consideration when you're trading. But I would exercise caution.
Yeah, I would stay away from Tron. It looks
Mm-hmm.
pretty bad on higher time frames. Like so,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
this is like a pivot point on wave trend. So, by the way, this is a USC pair.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a pivot point, and usually what happens when you bounce out of this like this oversold area, you're gonna come up a little bit and you'll pivot, and then
Mm-hmm.
this pivot will decide whether you're gonna go down or you're gonna go up.
Mm-hmm.
If it's going to go up, you shouldn't get that red dot. If you get the red dot, there is probably like 60% chance you're going to go down.
Interesting.
Um, yeah, we already see that. Like this VPVR is holding up here, so
Mm-hmm.
we bounced.
Mm-hmm.
But momentum is starting to go down. And if you take a look at the weekly, well, 3 days first,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it looks like it could potentially be coming up, but this isn't a really strong indicator. You want to see something more like this when it starts to go back up.
Mm-hmm.
And if you look at the weekly, yeah, the weekly looks like terrible. It looks really fucked.
Yo, what's up, Teddy? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah, no, Tron's pretty. I would not personally be trading that. Someone asked about Raven actually. Um,
Let's take a look.
Interesting. Yeah, so I mean, technically, a scalp trade I laid out for you guys would have worked out, but this is really nasty, so I'm going to delete all this. Let's go on trucks. So yeah, what I like about Raven is that right now we're trending above the POC, so it acted as support on the 4 hour, had a decent close here. CCI is still bullish, so I wouldn't be exiting position I were to zoom in here, bullish div on the 1 hour. So yeah, I would be comfortable in my longs here if I were in one. Kind of has this little ugly, not even an inverse head and shoulders, but you guys can kind of. Yeah, no, I take that back. I don't even want to say it, but technically could be. But yeah, erase what I said about patterns. I'm not really big on using them anyways. But as long as we like don't close below 457 on a 4 to 12 hour close, I'd be confident in keeping it. Um, but yeah, even on the, I mean, yeah, even the dailies turn green. It's not the strongest, so be be active with your position. Meaning, don't be afraid of cutting if it starts closing like beneath 430. I'd say on a daily. So if it were to, you know, do this, all right. But if you start getting some closes here, don't be afraid to take some off. But again, not financial advice. What about you, man? How's your? Oh, okay, you can do the USD pairing if you want.
To be quite honest, I don't know. This looks like
Mhm.
a weird count to me.
Mhm.
Problem with some of these coins, they don't have enough data, so it's really hard to kind of get a count.
Mhm.
Uh, and also, when it comes to Elliott waves, I'm not really good at figuring out like there's like funny counts. I'm not usually good. I'm more good at like the obvious counts, and then I'll
Mhm.
use Confluence to kind of like from wave trend or
Mhm.
I don't know some of my other TM methods like EMAs, bands. But I'm looking at Raven. Um, this is definitely the bottom right here. So we got a wave one here. This is the correction two. This
Mhm.
three is like a bit weird. It's not that large. Let me take off log. Maybe it is. Okay, yeah, yeah. It looks all right. So one, two, three. This could be a four actually. So
And that's the hard part about Elliott waves is that
yeah.
sometimes it's hard to get a count. So personally, when I learned it, and you know Elliott waves probably 10 times more than I do, but when I learned it, I for me the only clear pattern that I was able to derive in some situations was just the initial five waves, so the three impulse waves up. At the ABC, I'd kind of get lost because then it could go into A B C D E or W Y X Z. Again, I don't quote me on this shit, but
Yeah, no
like
doubt.
it was easier
I
for
mean
me to
that.
visualize the run up, but not the corrections with Elliott waves.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, even if you're a PA trader, like, the
Mhm.
real skill in trading comes from trading the range, and ranges are
Mhm.
usually corrections. So it's hard to like. It's easy to pick out the impulses and Elliott waves, and when you have the correction, it gets a little bit trickier.
Mhm.
Uh, you can, if anyone's interested, you can read Neely. If you're pretty good on the principles of Elliott wave theory by the one that everyone reads by Petra and Frost.
Mhm.
If you have like questions about like, yo, why is this starting the correction? Why is the correction looking like this? Why isn't this the end of four? Why does the four look like it's a bit longer? You have to read Neely. Neely is like kind of the, if you're in college, like principles of Elliott theories are 101, and Neely is like your 400 level class.
Okay.
So yeah, read Neely if you guys are like don't know what's up. You probably fill a lot of holes, but also at the same time have more questions.
Mhm. Yeah, no, it's like once sometimes when you start learning something, the more you learn, the more you realize you don't know anything about it, and that
Yeah,
there are
pretty
many
much.
levels more to it. Rip in control. Who's in control? Do you know?
I don't know.
I
Rip
don't.
and control.
I don't know.
Oh, that must be someone from my Discord.
Oh,
it's like
okay.
an emoji. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it's like one of these guys.
Okay.
No, it's not this one. Rip here, rip in.
Have a look at in control on my
Rip and
end.
tear. Oh no, I don't think that's mine. I don't know who that is.
I don't know. Maybe. Oh yeah. Can we link the tool you just the book by Neely?
I don't have a link for that. I have
Okay.
the
Okay.
PDF, but
Okay. Is it in your Discord?
it's like
But
20
luckily, the warrior has a whole
like
lot.
21 megabytes. So
Mm-hmm.
I can't post it on anything online. So I think it's in my
Ooh.
Dropbox.
Okay. 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 All right. Oh shit! It's Joff Robinson, StarCraft 2 commentator. He died
Oh
today.
yeah. What, he died? No way.
Rip. Yeah. Oh shit! Yeah, he was. Wasn't he a Terran player or something in Control?
Yeah, he was a Terran player.
Fuck.
I
Yeah, I
played him once.
remember.
I
Huh?
definitely played him once. Yeah, he was in like '88. Yo, he died? What? How?
Yeah. How did he? Yeah. Yeah.
I
Passed
remember he
away at
was like, I
33.
I followed this guy. He used to be like a linebacker. He was gonna play in college, and he hurt himself. Then he started to like play a lot
Huh?
more StarCraft.
Yeah, he passed away from sudden illness Saturday.
No.
We asked privacy as his family works to understand what happened. Um, damn. Oh, rest in peace, man. 33, that's a young age to go.
That's rough, man.
Yeah, I mean,
Wow,
there's no
that's
good
sad.
age, don't get me wong, but yeah, it fucking sucks. Um, so yeah,
Wow.
let's lighten the mood.
Yeah, 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 for sure, for sure.
Is GTO ready to pump? Is that Gifto? Oh boy. I mean, it actually doesn't look half bad to be honest. I mean, the volume isn't there yet, but I think we are seeing a bit of accumulation. It's tough because like anything on Binance right now, I mean, you might see these corrective 10% moves up, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to break through all this. Like, okay, if I were just to use the VPVR, if we can get through 214, where we're at right now, there isn't much preventing it from just like wicking up to the high 200s, 300. Gifto's just one of those coins that I think could just, do a little scam wick upwards, but I wouldn't personally be buying that. One coin that I've been eyeing is actually Sia coin right now. I'm curious to see what you see. Like for me, Sia coin looks pretty fucking dirty, in a good way.
All right, let me look it up.
Yeah,
I would
but I
not
guess
buy
first let's look
Gifto.
at
It's pretty
Gifto.
overbought.
Okay.
It's pretty overbought. Volume's shit, so it just looks like a scam coin pump.
Mhm. Yeah. Sorry, S Taj. Um,
I
BNB
see.
Ren and Waves. I got you, Porky. Can you charts tell me? Can you tell me when I can afford to buy a load of bread with garlic coin? That's my dream. Garlic coin. Hopefully soon.
I don't know. Does Sia have anything coming up?
I have no idea, but like,
I mean, this is not a good looking pattern. It looks like
okay.
it's going to pivot again this side. So like,
Mhm.
these are all pivot points, and it ended up just going sideways.
Mhm.
But I mean, like Sia coin was really big back in the day. I remember because I think Bitmain was mining it, so there's a lot of hype around it. But I
Mhm.
have no idea what's going on fundamentally. I don't know if like when you trade on BTC pair, you got to know if there's something happening. Like if the coin has big projects, like a merge, like I don't know, a mainnet listing, whatever. Then you'll see like a little bit more
Confluence.
convincing price action. But
Mhm.
this looks to me like no one's buying. He has a couple of weeks here, but the volume has been going down.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah, on the 31st they have an update apparently. Release
yeah,
which
I'm not
includes
sure. I think
some bullshit.
pretty
Yeah.
much right now, coins like Sia coin are retail coins. So
Mhm.
if you want to see retail coins go up, retail money has to come in. Retail
Mhm.
money isn't coming. That's why everything on Binance is going through cycles. First, like one coin pumps, then another coin pumps. Like someone on Twitter hypes up a coin that pumps, and then someone hypes up another coin that pumps. But yeah, like the market, I hate to say it. I mean, I'm a big alt guy, and I want alt season to come, but
Mhm.
I'm just not seeing enough volume and
Yeah.
enough like things percolating. But BTC Dom does look like it's dropping. I think if we're gonna get an alt season, Bitcoin can't lose this level. It needs to like break through this resistance. And
Mhm.
yeah, once it breaks this, it can just go sideways, and then we can get some sort of alt move. But I'm not quite sure at the moment.
Yeah, it's hard to pull out of thin air. You guys are chatter fucking funny. Um, I refuse to buy anything except tops. Yo, CJ, I gotta get you back on stream, man. But yeah, let's take a look at BNB real quickly. Um, did we get a close above 30K yet, or are we still getting? Yeah, I mean, like for me, here I'll share my chart with you. I mean, I'll share my screen. For me, this is like what I'm looking at on BNB. Like we haven't had one daily close above this 30k level. Like I've been looking at the 3-day mostly.
Yeah.
Like I really want to see us close back above 30k so we can at least reclaim this former support area slash resistance at this point. Volume's actually pretty nice on the 3-day, so I wouldn't be surprised that we would, but I'm a patient soul at this point. We can kind of see
The CCI looks. I don't know. We had one. It looked like it was about to flip. Yeah, no, not that one. Maybe it's
on the daily, yeah,
the daily.
yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it wants to flip up. I don't know what that means, but
Yeah, so I mean, I look mostly at the 4 and 12 hour.
yeah,
I'm looking for longs generally if the 12 hours bullish. The daily's usually just not an afterthought, but I find the 12 hour works a bit better. So I personally like that the 12 hour is growing in strength. 4
yeah.
hour, there's some. I wouldn't even consider this necessarily a bearish divergence, even though it is. It's the strength on the CCI is still okay. Because sometimes just
Well,
divergences won't play out just because the strength of the divergence either isn't there or there's still enough strength on the buy side here that will make me at least not consider it as much. But long story short, we're still getting rejected at resistance. So like what I'm waiting for is just some type of daily close, maybe 3-day close, probably wick into 33, 34, get rejected, and then we'll see what happens from there. I'm looking at the 37, 38k, the POC of the range. That's going to act as hard resistance in my opinion. That's where I would shave off most of my long if I were to get into one. I'm like, as you guys at home can tell, I'm mostly into horizontals. I use the CCI for my divergences, but you guys can use the RSI just as effectively. It just depends how you guys are best at it. And then the VPVR tool, which is pretty fun to use. What's your take on Binance BNB?
yeah. I'm loading it up right now.
Cool.
I mean, you're gonna get a better. I'll take a look. I'll take a look at BTC pair first, but I'm predominantly a tether trader, so let
Okay,
me
well, I
just
mean,
take a look.
I just looked at the BTC, so we could do tether and see if it lines up or not.
It looks similar from what I just saw and what you just
Yeah,
posted for me.
yeah, it
But
does.
let's see, BNB. Yeah, it looks like we're hitting the first resistance here. That should be a block. But yeah, like I mentioned earlier, when you look at the wave trend, it kind of comes out of this oversold territory, bounces up, but this looks kind of like a wedge, so I don't really like that.
Mm-hmm.
And then it comes here and it starts to pivot. So we're getting this pivot right now. So either it's going to come down, you get a red dot, and then continue down,
Mm-hmm.
or it will not make a dot and then continue up. So we could just blast through. But I'm thinking that we're going to probably reject a little bit here, and then it's going to decide if it wants to go up.
Mm-hmm.
If it doesn't go up, it will probably come down, make a divergence like this,
Okay.
and then you can expect that on the wave trend as well.
Mm-hmm.
So like this. But yeah, let me take a look at BTC pair. Yeah, it's the same thing like you mentioned. I'm seeing the same thing here. This resistance. Here we're pivoting, so
Mm-hmm.
decide. I think like a couple more days, but it could continue just going up. So like it doesn't. I know this looks like it looks like it's kind of far apart. When it's far apart, it needs to kind of contract a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But one candle can change that, and it really depends on what Bitcoin wants to do right now. Like looks like we're rejecting here, but
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not sure. The MACD just turned, so I'm not sure if that's gonna play out. Volume is pretty consistent. Stoke just rejected off one. This is a 2 hour. Yeah, we broke the medial. We're rejecting off the 50. Yeah, I'm not sure, man. I'm
Yeah.
not sure. I'm actually in a long. I'm pretty bullish actually.
Mhm.
I'm much more bullish on Ethereum. My position on Ethereum is much larger than it is on Bitcoin.
Yeah, let's take a look at
Uh,
Ethereum actually. Someone asked
yeah,
for it. Yeah, what's up, Swanson? How the fuck are we doing? We're doing fucking great, my friend. Thank you for asking. How are you doing? Yeah, Lord Poirier wants to know, are we in an Elliott wave correction from the 4K breakout in March?
from the 4K breakout. Ah, okay. So
A correction. Interesting.
some people have this count like oh, it's a 4K breakout. It's really far back.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, let me open Coinbase. Don't want to ruin my count.
Yeah. It's too perfect.
All right, so I'm just gonna do a really crude count just because, yeah, this would be the A, this would be the B, this would be the C,
Mm-hmm.
and then some people are saying that this is now an A, B, C. I don't know the specifics, but
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't believe this is a count at all. I think that count is wrong. Uh, I know some people are gonna get offended if I say that, but I think this count is bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Dominant because looks so impulsive, and this doesn't look corrective at all. If we go to this is my macro count from this bottom. It's not the BLX count. I know people are telling me I need to do that, but it's kind of the same thing. I think this is a wave 3. This is a wave 4 correction, then we're coming up for the 5th wave. So my personal bias is that we come hit 20K or something like here, and then we're gonna correct back down to like maybe 10 or 8K. I'm not sure yet.
Mm-hmm.
I will update the count as you go, but I don't think that this is a correction, just because this move is so impulsive. But some people are saying that this is an ABC, so this could be this could be a W, X, and then a Y. Nah, I don't think so. Like, let's be honest, guys. Do you really think Bitcoin is going to go back to 2K or 3K? Come on. Like,
Uh,
really?
It would take
Really?
one hell of a macro black swan slash just
Okay, not only that. Like,
not
this
even.
whole move took a year, like more than a year.
Mm-hmm.
It took this, yeah, no, actually, it took exactly a year, pretty much. And then this is like half a year. Are we gonna get another bear market for another year and come down? Because if this is actually a correction, it has to be a flat, like 3, and then a 5, or another ABC, whatever.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, is it really gonna be? Are you really gonna see 3K? That's the question you have to ask yourself. Like, is everything that's happening in the market really gonna like take that correction? So that's my personal bias.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. A lot of people aren't able to actually give one, so yeah. Personally, I don't think we're gonna correct all the way there. I think it would take some serious, um, I don't know, just it's hard because there are institutions that are placed now that want to capitalize from this market as much as possible. So from a macro perspective, I think that they're in. They bought the bottom around 3-4K whatever,
Yeah.
and either they're doing a bit of distribution here at the 14K range, but I still think that there's more value for them longing than shorting, just period. So
Yeah, I mean,
mhm.
people make more money in bull markets in general, or at
Yeah.
least retail does. I don't know about institutions. I'm not an institutional player, but
Yeah, no, you make a lot more from longing than shorting.
yeah.
Just bit math wise, but yeah, I don't see 3K, and I don't think many people do except for Nuriel and fam. But we'll
I
see.
mean, here's what you gotta think. Like, if you're like one of the guys that are saying, all right, we're gonna go correct down to 3K. If you're wrong, everyone's gonna forget about it because Bitcoin is going up. The market's doing well, so no one's gonna remember that. I mean, people are gonna be salty, like, "Oh yeah, you like flooded my investment," but no one's really gonna give a shit because everyone's making money. If it does hit 3K, those guys look like geniuses. Like, oh my gosh, Tony Bass said we're gonna hit 1K, and so the risk reward for them is much better to say we're gonna crash than this to go up.
I love that, dude. I was thinking the same fucking thing when Tone was on that whatever TV show or that news segment, and he called for that. I was in the shower thinking, I'm like,
Yeah, you look like a fucking genius,
such a
but if it doesn't go, if it goes wrong, no one's gonna give a shit because everyone's making money.
Yeah, and he's still managing multi-million-dollar funds, so he doesn't give a fuck if he looks like a dick for a day.
Whatever.
Yeah. Ethereum just seems so cheap at the moment. That's the thing, man. Ethereum. There's so much built off of Ethereum, but at the same time, it's just not being reflected in the price because Vitalik couldn't give less of a fuck to pump it. Secondly, how can we really evaluate Ethereum? What is the real value of the network? People are using it,
and we gotta wait for 2.0. Like,
yeah, and
right now, whatever
can they make it
Ethereum
happen?
was, it was designed to be like the smart there were many like visions with Ethereum, and the model it served best was to be an ICO maker, right? That's what drove the price of Ethereum up. And now that all these ICOs have popped up, and a lot of them have regulatory framework, Binance has taken over and made IEOs. Like, there's no need for Ethereum. What does Ethereum do? What's its function? So of course it's mined, so there's a store value. But I mean, there's like a lot of coins that are POW and they're stores of value. So what makes Ethereum, like, what gives it its niche? And right now it needs to decide by going 2.0. And staking will have some rewards, but I'm not really following. I don't know what they're doing to, I guess, evolve or expand. But I mean, if Vitalik's behind it, then yeah, obviously there's something happening. He created the torrent, so.
Yeah, but when you guys say something's so cheap, I mean, yeah, I understand, but it doesn't necessarily mean that there's no reason that it, that it isn't this way or that it is this way. There's a reason why it's that cheap,
definitely, man.
and
Definitely.
if they're not able to get sharding together, or at least find some type of solution, then there's a problem. I think they might start using, and don't quote me on this, guys, but I remember hearing something about using Mimblewimble or Grin's interface or code to make sharding possible. So they might not even use their own solution for it, which is kind of interesting to me. But I don't know, there's a lot that's built off of Ethereum, so I guess it depends how easy it would be for some of these businesses to pivot elsewhere or build their own. It doesn't sound too complicated at this point, so we'll see if Vitalik's able to keep his version 1 running, because anyone can create their own blockchain at this point. Obviously it's more complicated than that, but it's not that hard. So I don't know. We'll see. Truthfully, I don't know. I'm just thinking off the top of my head. But yeah.
I don't know. Like, I think most people in crypto nowadays, it's much different than it was a couple of years ago. People are more interested in the tech. Nowadays, everyone's just trying to make a buck. So, I mean, people are always asking these fundamental questions like, yeah, what's Ethereum doing? And have you heard about this new privacy coin? Like, take a look at Beam. Who gives a fuck? Everyone just wants to make money. No one really cares about what's happening in the scene anymore.
Yeah, it's a sad state of affairs, but hey.
I don't know, I'm just kind of a pessimist on it, but because I've seen so much bullshit in the space evolve. Like, it was really cool back in the day. Like, back when the bull run was really starting. Like 2016, there was a bear market at the end of the year, and coins like Litecoin was at $3. Ethereum hit like $7.
I remember that.
A lot of other coins died off, and when 2017 hit, like beginning of 2017, everyone was talking about, yo, we're gonna see a huge rise in crypto. There's so much evolving, so many things that are going into play, and then you had the crazy bull run, and then out of nowhere, all these people who weren't into crypto before or just thinking like, oh hey man, my friend just told me about XYZ coin, and it's just like times 10 their money. Like they put 10K in, they got 100K out of it. I want the same results. And of course, 2018 came around and it like slaughtered all of them. So
No,
you
no,
got a lot of
no.
salty ass
Not
motherfuckers. So
today. Yo,
yeah,
exactly.
the whole like environment kind of shifted. You know what I mean?
Oh no, Smash got goxed. That fucking sucks.
Who got
Uh,
goxed?
Smash T in chat, he got goxed. That sucks. Do you know anyone who lost all their money on Mount Gox?
Oh, goxed. Oh, at
Yeah,
least
sorry,
doxed.
Goxed. Yeah, yeah.
No, I don't.
Well, now you do.
That was back then. I had money on Coinbase, I believe.
Okay, okay.
And I wasn't like really trading. I bought Bitcoin and kept it there. Kept it on Coinbase. I had no idea what the fuck I was doing. I had no idea like any of my private wallets. But I remember one day like Bitcoin was at like $700 or $800, and then the next day I went to check Coinbase and it was at 100. So
Hmm.
I was like, what the fuck? So I go on Google and I found out this exchange got hacked. Yeah.
Fuck. Yo, crazy stuff, guys.
Quadriga too, man. People lost like
Dude,
one dude lost like 500K. That's pretty sad.
dude, some of my friends actually lost a bunch of money in Quadriga because I'm in Canada, so they've been using that shit.
Yeah.
And
Was it like hyped up in Canada? Like what was the
yeah,
deal with that?
yeah, they were pretty recognized. They were probably the number one Canadian exchange. But there were a lot of red flags, and I warned a lot of them about it before it happened. So I know I did, at least I did what I could. But it's so sneaky because the creator slash owner, not only he passed away, but he was born
Bro,
in
he didn't pass away. He
yeah.
fucking faked that shit.
Yeah, no, no, that's why I did
No
the
way. There's
yeah,
no way that fucking passed away. Either he faked his own death, or I don't know, he loaned some money to some people and they fucking went after him. But
dude, because like
sorry, that's bias right there.
no, no, because his
I just
what
saw how I see it. You know what I mean?
yeah, apparently his wife said that she didn't have access to his private keys, yada yada yada, but funds were moving after he died. And not only that, but he was born in I forget which city in India, but it has the highest rate of basically um, identity forging and just like making people disappear. So,
Wow.
dude, if you're worth hundreds of millions of dollars and you have that type of dude, it's to me it's clear
Yeah,
that
but
he
I mean,
faked it
that's
and it sucks.
karma, bro. Like, how do you do that to people? Like, sure, you're gonna come away. What do you come out with? Like 70 mil, something like that?
Probably more.
Yeah. So you got, let's say you got 100 mil. You
Hmm.
know, you pay like some dude a mil to change your identity, and then you pay another mil to like get a cosmetic surgery, whatever.
Hmm.
You got $98 million, but that's all on the backs of people who worked really hard for that shit. And
Yeah.
so, how are you gonna live with the rest of your life, you know, in luxury or whatever, with the
Hmm.
fact that you just stole money from all these people? Like that's karma, man. I don't want that like burden. Like you're gonna have some demons chasing after you, and if you have kids, the demons are gonna chase after your kids. Like that shit doesn't end.
Hmm. Yes, I guess some people don't necessarily believe in karma. I
Uh,
personally do. I've seen it firsthand, and I would definitely not do that if I were in that person's position. But, hey, when you have hundreds of millions of dollars in hand, who knows? But yo, first of all, shout out to everyone in chat. We're actually number three out of all the cryptocurrency channels streaming right now, so we're only two,
nice.
3 weeks into this, so yeah, we're gonna kill it in the next months. But yeah, no, it's really fucking sad. And Porky said in chat, it was like, we don't talk about quad. I use it as a fiat on ramp, and I had a few thousand on it at the time. I'm like, fuck, that sucks. But yeah, no, like, karma's a bitch, and it'll come back around. What's my favorite wallet? Tori asks. Wallet. I mean, whatever works. I mean, sorry, it's a bit of a stupid answer, but I personally have my Ledger. I store my
Yeah.
shit on Ledger. If you're talking about apps on your phone, I've used Mycelium before. Um, it's I'm not much of a wallet guy, to be honest. I just cold storage most of my shit, and whatever I don't is on exchange. Sorry, I can't so I can't add some more value to that. Oh yeah, no, that's the thing, Smash Team. Most of them are just botting too, so we're the real motherfuckers here. So I can't wait to get to the hundreds and thousands of live viewers. That's gonna be sick. But yeah, no, I'm almost at my goal of 500 followers in the first month. How many days do I have left to do this? I have another 11 days left to hit about 106, 104. So we're definitely gonna get this going. Yo, and all the fucking Twitch ads are pissing me off. I'm not even registered as an affiliate yet. So, oh shit, Bull of Bitcoin. Thanks for the follow, my friend. Didn't realize he was following. Yeah, you're welcome.
Oh, yo, Golden Boy, what up? Golden Boy's here. Damn.
Hey, yo, what's up, Golden Boy? Thank you for the follow, my friend. Thank you to everyone who just followed and who have been following me over the last few weeks. I really appreciate. Someone in chat named Roger Caver. He's like, do Bitcoin, BCH.
Dude.
I got you. In the off chance you are Roger and you have nothing better to do on this fine day, I will chart BCH for you.
Bags, I got a question, man. What's your goal with Twitch? What are you trying to do with it? Just be a channel, be live?
To be honest, I guess first thing is just to be the biggest in terms of exposure. I set a goal that within a year I would have the highest stream. But like it's not even so much for the quantity, it's just like I want to be able to reach as many people and hopefully be able to help in some way, you know, whether it's about crypto, life, whatever it takes. I don't think that there are enough cryptocurrency channels out there that are tackling that aspect. So, you know, obviously I want to make money, but that's like only secondary to actually enjoying doing my streams and talking to cool people like you and learning from different people in the space.
I mean that's cool, man. Yeah.
Thanks, man. Yeah, and I've gained a great amount of just not only knowledge but just fun, and my life has been better.
What up, CJ?
Yeah.
Long time.
Yo, I love you, CJ. We were lucky enough to have CJ on 2 weeks ago, I believe, 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I didn't get to talk to him enough, so I definitely want to have you back on. I
mean, you're the only one doing this, man. So props to you. And I wish you the best of luck with it. You know, I'm glad you had me on. And like one of like the I guess Genesis episodes of your of your stream. You know, that's cool,
dude. No, and I definitely want to have you on more often if that's something you're down for.
Yeah, we can do something, no doubt.
100%. What's your goal with all this?
So I got kind of bored. So I started the whole Twitter thing. And also I wanted to just see what people thought about my TA, and the reception was a lot like better than I thought it would be. Yo, Golden Boy, what up? Nice episode.
Thanks, Golden Boy.
Yeah, I don't know. I definitely want to like at some point like expand, like just I've always been into like social media. I had like 2 Instagram accounts I built from like nothing to like 4,000 followers, and I'm just posting content. And yeah, like at some point I thought, oh, the social media thing is too much, gets in your head. But I find it really fun, and it's kind of gratifying, and it makes me feel connected. So I'm not sure. I created Discord for like friends so that I can kind of bounce off ideas. But I think that it could be a good platform to help teach others. That's why I the YouTube. I really want to try to get the YouTube up. I'm not really so sure what I'm trying to do with that yet, but for now, it's definitely for fun. And yeah, in the future, like opportunities present themselves. I don't know. I really want to stay away from like going paid group. I'm not really trying to do that, but I don't mind helping people. But obviously, if I'm going to spend time away from trading, I'm going to help people. I want to be compensated for some point, but yeah, I like the exposure. Really, it's kind of like celebrity status in a way, but also it's really gratifying to see people really accepting what I put out there, and I'm getting a lot of DMs saying, "Hey, John, thanks for all your help. A lot of your TA has been really helpful. I'm learning a lot from your videos." So it's been pretty gratifying.
Yeah, and that's like the really fun part when like you're starting to make a small difference, however big or
Yeah,
small. Um,
yeah, for
just
sure.
getting.
And
Mhm. Sorry, go ahead.
you put out a tweet and someone will comment within the first 10 seconds or send a like. So you know that person got you on push notifications. So it's kind of cool, like knowing that you have this like
Mhm.
sway, like you tweet out something and immediately someone's gonna see it. Like so you have an audience, and that I think that's kind of a cool way, and I can connect with people on like a platform. So
Yeah, no,
times are changing, man. We're evolving, so I try to stick with it, and I know that Twitch is getting a lot bigger. So props to you for being one of the pioneers. I mean,
thanks, man.
I don't know a lot of crypto streams, but
Yeah, I'm
yeah, I'm
fucking
wishing
late
you
to the
luck,
game,
man.
man.
You deserve it.
Thanks, man. Yeah, but I'm really late actually. I should have been doing this back in November when I started the Wednesday night crypto chat with Tunes. Um, but it's that's one thing. Like better late than never. And
You started the Twitch thing what, like a month ago, 2 weeks ago?
July 4th.
Yeah,
So
so you started 3 weeks ago. You already got 397 followers. That's a hell lot. I don't know
yeah,
how many people are viewing right now, but you have an audience. People are writing in the chat, so yeah, it's pretty good.
yeah, man. But like most importantly, I just want to find something that's easy for people to listen to, that's interactive, and that as long as I'm reaching people, that's what matters. And it's funny because I was talking to one of the bigger educators in the space yesterday, and unfortunately, he's how could I say it? There, he's been giving so much that it's come to a point where people are very negative or not appreciative whatsoever. So it makes him not want to put out more stuff, and he at first he wondered why bigger accounts would not provide much value towards the end of it, and he's now realizing just in general, um, people are either critical because you make your stuff paid, or they're equally critical and unappreciative if it's free. So it's kind of it's a sad thing to see, because if you don't have these content producers, and I'm not even talking about myself by any means, I'm a no level compared to the person I was speaking to, but it's sad because you want to give so much, but after years you kind of burn out because they're just trolls, or people aren't necessarily positive of your work. So hopefully it doesn't ever get to that point for me or you. um,
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. I mean, you're always consistent. So that's pretty good. I'm always getting like announcements from your Discord, yo, going live, and like the fact, like I just started my YouTube series called The Open.
yeah,
So
dude, I
yeah,
really
yeah.
like that, by the way.
Thanks, man. Thanks. And already, like, it's the second episode, and I was like, yo, I don't want to do this. It's like it's a lot of work because
Hmm.
you're out there and you're like making this video, which takes about like an hour or two to make. You have to edit for like another hour, and then you got to post it. And at the same time, while you're doing the video, you got to realize, yo, is my analysis correct? Is it wrong? There's a lot of pressure, and of course, when you're right, everyone gives you praises. When you're wrong, everyone tells you like you suck.
Hmm.
So I think yeah, there's too many trolls. People are not appreciative enough. But when you do get the right audience,
Hmm.
definitely worth it. Definitely.
Yeah, and like I think the most important thing out of everything you said there is just consistency. You know, whatever it is you guys want to put out there, just stay consistent. Do it as often and as frequently as you can without necessarily burning out or feeling, like you're doing too much. Just do what you can and try your best to just remain consistent. And
Yep.
that way you get yourself in the habit of doing something so often that it doesn't even necessarily feel like work at that point. Um, but yeah, no. I hopefully will last the test of time, and by the time the next bull run comes around, we'll be in the 100K follower count, and then we'll be able to really
Yeah,
change things.
it's fun to track people's progress.
Hmm.
Just to see like how they're evolving. And I remember there's some big like Twitter accounts when I first started Twitter like 2017, like the beginning of 2017. and there were a lot of big accounts that were flourishing, had a lot of interactions, but then some disappeared right after the bull market, like the bear market. And so,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not wishing that onto anyone. Like, just you get wrecked and all of a sudden you go social media quiet. But I do like to see growth. It's quite interesting to see how people are evolving, how their TA is evolving.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, like, a lot of big accounts I followed, they did like progressively stop posting in the bear market. I started the Bagsy account in May 2018, so technically like I was born in the bear market, but I only started this whole like charting thing and sharing in October of 2018. So it's been like 9 months or so, and I'm already close to 20K. So I'm nothing special, guys. Um,
I remember at
mhm.
I remember reading up on your Twitter. You were at like 7 or 8K once, and then
Mhm.
I was like, "Yo, who's this guy with the fucking mask?" I was like,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I was like, "No, it's pretty smart. He's branding pretty well." And then you got the logo. I was like, "Yo, okay, okay, I see what he's trying to do."
yeah.
And then there was like this Twitter beef with what's his name? Shadow Kazanomics,
Yeah,
Shadownomics, something
Kaz,
like that.
yeah.
Yeah,
That
and
was
like I don't know, I started following the drama. I thought it was fun, but
that
you
was
handled that really well. I think you did a really good job with that.
thanks,
He
man.
obviously got banned or whatever,
Yeah,
but
dude, that was
yeah, now
such.
you're okay, bro. Like that's crazy.
Yeah, man. I don't know. Like, I don't. Like, I personally don't like to involve myself in beef because I don't think it's really productive. But it's funny because all that shit happened because I actually paid him a compliment. It wasn't even. I never attacked him online.
Yeah,
I never really wanted to get into anything with him. But I feel that one of his more sensitive points is anything revolving racism or sexism or anything like that. And I just made a quick comment about how I didn't I didn't see racism in my Discord or sexism. Like, my Discord is really clean. I've never seen instances of that. And he, I don't know, he kind of said, if you don't see it, that probably means you're part of the problem. So I'm like, oh fuck, okay. And just from
oh
there, his followers started attacking me, yada yada yada, fucking KJ, all that shit. But eventually, it just bit him in the ass, and we're still here, so it doesn't matter.
yeah,
Um,
he's cool.
yeah, I'm not here to start shit. I'm here to be a positive influence in the space. Mount
Keep
Doji,
doing you, bro.
sorry, man. Mount Doji, what's my schedule normally for Twitch? I'm actually coming down with that this week, so I'll include it on the panels below. That way, you guys will be able to have a clear view of what I'm doing. But the next stream is going to be tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're doing an episode of the Wednesday Night Crypto Chat that we do every Wednesday, so feel free to tune in. But I'll definitely add the schedule below, and you guys will have something more stable to base yourselves off of. But yeah, any more questions in chat that you guys have for us? And I know John's a busy man, so I don't want to keep him on too long. Um,
Yeah,
but
last questions, guys.
yeah.
I'm happy to help out a little bit, but it's 11:30. I gotta sleep soon.
Oh shit, no problem, man. Yeah, I appreciate you coming on like this, and I definitely would like to have you on again. I actually included your YouTube channel in chat. Do you have a
Yeah,
Discord?
oh, appreciate that.
Yeah, do you have a Discord invite you want to send to me so I can post it up in on Twitch?
So the Discord
Or
is
is it
private,
private? Oh, okay,
but
okay, never mind.
you're definitely welcome to join us. But it's not a public Discord,
Okay,
just
okay.
a small closed community.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, cool. So I posted the YouTube on the screen itself. You guys can hit up John on Twitter. Um, a commercial, John CCT. Thoughts, alt season or wrecked season? What's up, Cine? Not alt season yet, not yet, but like John said earlier, it'll happen. So, thoughts on?
Just
Hmm.
take this into consideration. Corrections are like 4 times longer than bull market. So like all season can be 3 weeks, and all your coins could times 10 in 3 weeks. But the correction that comes after the times 10 could last a year. So just keep that in mind. When it comes, it'll come. and it'll be fast. And yeah, it could just be like a month, and then you make timestamp, and then we correct again. So
Mhm. Fair enough. And yeah, FTX doesn't look ready yet, so I think that it'll do something like this, and probably consolidate, and then it'll either go that way or that way. But yeah, no, well said. Wise words. Very well said. So yeah, John, yeah, I'm gonna let you go for tonight. Thank you so much for coming on, my dude. And
yeah, bro, it was great to be here. Thanks for having me, man.
yeah, sleep well. And to everyone at home, thank you so much for tuning in. Everyone, if you haven't already, hit that follow button. And I will catch you guys next time. Peace.